Carry on. Don't mind me.
Coming to you from the virtual reality of John Richard's mind. Live from, semi-live sort of, from Greenville Beer Exchange, or GBX as we like to call it. I just totally screwed the pooch on this.
I thought we were doing great.
You've had a lot to drink.
Fantastical. Just go with it.
Coming to you from the fantastical inner workings of John Richard's mind. From the Beer Whiskey Studios, temporary studios at Greenville Beer Exchange, or GBX as we like to call it, in glorious downtown Greenville, South Carolina. It's on Lawrence Street. It's a little difficult to find. You've almost got to know where it is, but give the secret knock and in you come. And
it's like the island in Pirates of the Caribbean that can only be found by people who know where it is.
That's right. Yeah. There you go. That's it exactly. That's where I get my good buddy here, the guy who won't shut up on the other side of the dais.
That's me.
Big John Richards, to pick a beer from one of GBX's 23 taps or hundreds of cans and bottles of very unique beer in the beer store out in front. And we sniff it and sip it and kibitz about it. Sometimes John tells us a little bit about the brewery. Sometimes we get a little lesson in brewing history. And through it all, we get to drink some beer, which is the best part. John, whoa, geez, I almost forgot. Sitting between us, we have my fraternity brother of 50 plus years, E. Randall Porter from Dayton, Ohio, one of the Dayton, Ohio porters, to be sure. And welcome, Randy. It's always fun to have you.
It's good to have you, Randy.
Good to have you. Good to have you, kid. What are we doing here, John?
So we have a Christmas beer in front of us. We're just past the season, and by the time this gets to you out there in Never Never Land, it could be July. It's hard to say.
Well, it's Christmas in July.
It's Christmas in July if that happens. So, and if it comes in February, it's Christmas in February.
Yes.
So we should have Christmas every day.
That's right.
That's what all the movies say.
That's right. Well, and I've seen 1,000 Hallmark movies.
Right?
I mean, drinking good beer is like Christmas every day, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And we have Father Christmas with us. Anyway, right here.
I don't know how it took that long to get to that joke.
Well, I'm moving a little slow.
You've had a lot of beer.
I have had a lot of beer. Not enough, but a lot.
Not enough. So we are drinking a Christmas beer from one of our South Carolina breweries. One of our local guys down Charleston named Munkle Brewery. Munkle, the word, comes from a reference to the owner's uncle, who was a monk, who taught him how to brew. So this is a short version of that story, but Munkle is the word there. And then their Christmas beer is Kerstavond. I have no idea what that word means, but it's their Christmas beer, and I like that word. And their beer is really fun. It's a nice, as you can see, pretty dark Christmas beer. Most of the Belgian Christmas beers are going to be sort of this dark amber, light brown color. This one tends, and they all get into the spices of some kind or another. A lot of it's like clove and nutmeg and
cinnamon,
yeah.
That kind of stuff.
And this one tends to a little more of a herbal sort of a like a garden spice sort of a spiciness to it, which is similar to, and incidentally, we just found a bottle of Nice Chouf behind the bar that I didn't know was there. That was exciting. Nice Chouf is the Belgian beer that I would probably most closely approximate this one to, because it carries that same sort of spiciness. It's just a little different take on the season with more of that gardeny spiciness and maybe a little licorice, it's like those.
There is a very herbal floral
Yeah.
note on the nose.
And it's fun. It brightens it up a little. It makes it a little brisker on the finish. You still get that sweetness up front, and you get that real caramelized sugar, like candy sugar kind of sweetness in the backbone of this. And they do a great job brewing these Belgian beers. That's basically all they do. It may be exclusively all they do. I can't think of a beer they do that's not a Belgian style. And that's what they wanted to specialize when they started, and they do a great job down there.
Well, monks tend to do Belgian style.
There's a lot of Belgian beer. That's right.
Yeah,
But don't tell the Germans that.
Und den Stouten, Munkle and Beeren.
Right. Let's taste it, fellas.
All right.
Texas Mills Lily.
Come on. Man,
Wow.
I even like the nose on that better than I liked it last time I tasted it.
I get a lot of cinnamon on this one.
Yeah, I'm smelling more cinnamon, and I'm smelling something else that I'm not quite placing that I don't remember from a week ago when we first put it up.
Cinnamon and nutmeg are coming through big, for me anyway.
I'm getting cinnamon, but there's something cloying on the back of my.
Well, there's
Throat.
definitely a sweetness in the back. Up front, it's more like there's something woodsy. I kind of want to say it's cedar, but I don't really know that I'm right. It's in the nose and it's right up front, and then it drops into more of that traditional spiciness. There's a lot more cinnamon, like you said, than I remember in this beer from having tasted it a few days ago.
You mentioned Woody. I have an aunt we call Woody.
Really?
She's got a glass eye. And she's kind of excavated for number 8, and it's what she bought at a yard sale or something. She's got like a number 6 glass eye. So when she sneezes, everybody has to duck for cover because
Incoming.
oh yeah. It's knocked the cat out twice.
I love that story.
Yeah,
I don't know what
That's-
to make of it.
it may not be the truth, but it's close. It's close.
That seems right. All good stories are mostly true.
I like this.
Yeah, this has been, it's interesting because this has been a little bit of a polarizing beer, you either really like it or really don't like it. But most folks tend to dig this beer when they get it. It's really well balanced. It lingers sweet and smooth. You get that spiciness, and it feels Christmassy and outdoorsy.
A lot of your, craft brewers, or even some of your bigger regional brewers, like, for example, Great Lakes and Cleveland,
Yeah.
Ohio, they come out with a Christmas ale.
Yeah.
And it sells out almost immediately.
Right.
And I'm sure a lot of other brewers
They're
do
pretty
the same
famous
thing.
for that Christmas ale. I can't
Yeah.
remember the name of it. You remember it off the top of your head?
Just called
Christmas
Just called
ale.
Christmas?
Just called
Christmas ale.
Okay.
yeah.
It's not really a snappy sort of catchy name, but it sort of describes it. Hits it.
We got some Great Lakes distribution down here, some probably 8 or 10, 12 years ago maybe, and we started seeing some Great Lakes down here, and then within a year, they probably, now that I know what I know, they were probably down here for a year, had a contract with somebody for a year, brought beer down, then we're like, nope, this isn't worth it, we're pulling out of South Carolina. But for a little while, we got their beer, and people went nuts for it. So I remember having a lot of that stuff, and the Christmas ale being really good.
This is just, I love this.
Good. We found a beer that Russ loves.
There are lots of beers that Russ loves. Just not the kind that are sort of
Pink.
pink and
Sour.
sour and tart and
Right.
fruity.
These Christmas beers, and we got a lot of them here, and part of I sling some pints here, full disclosure, from time to time. So part of the thing that we do here is we do European beer, lots of European beer, Belgian beer, German beer, especially, probably more of that than anybody else in Greenville, maybe in South Carolina. It's just there's a huge Belgian selection of beer up there, really good stuff, which I'm proud to say I have absolutely nothing to do with. Someone else picks them and it does a magnificent job. And we have big beers. And those two things, those two ideas converge in Belgian Christmas beer. And so we had a ton of Christmas beer this year, and when people start talking about Christmas beer, love this Belgian beer, and this is so good, I'm like, it's just really, really hard to beat Belgian Christmas ale.
And who makes this again?
This is Munkle Brewing out of Charleston.
Don't you remember Monk and Uncle and Munkle?
Sometimes we have a review session right in the middle of it.
It's a little mashup of Monk and Uncle. They could have called it Munkle. Munkle.
Right.
But that doesn't.
It doesn't have the same ring.
But it doesn't have the same ring to
Right,
it as
yeah.
Munkle.
Although I think an umlaut would have been fun.
I think anytime you can put an umlaut somewhere, it's that little 2-dot umlaut.
Yeah. Makes U's look like smiley faces.
Have a nice day.
That's great.
Are we done?
Might as well be.
So damn lucky. See you next time.